Hi guys, today we're going to look a little bit at Olympic weightlifting. This is one of the things that are very common to see in CrossFit workouts. And a lot of people have started adapting these techniques outside the workouts and practicing just the snatch and the clean and jerk. Some for competition, others just to become even better CrossFitters. And today I'm just going to try to explain to you some of the fundamentals, and I'm going to show you some of my lifts, and we're going to try to evaluate on those and see what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and what you can take out of this and put into your own training. First thing we're going to look at is some high hand cleans or hip clean. And we're going to do this as a squat variation. And this is just to improve the speed going underneath the bar. So the whole point here is to stay as tall as possible. And we're going to try to move ourselves into position underneath the bar as fast as we possibly can. So we're going to have a look at what I do and see what we can bring out of that. The first thing we notice here is that I jump a little bit forward. And Olympic weightlifting is all about efficiency, moving straight up and down. And as soon as you start moving a little bit forward or a little bit backwards, that means that your pull or something in the movement is a little bit off. So that will be the first thing to correct right here. So let's have a look at the next one and see how it goes. As you saw, I'm still jumping forward just a tiny bit. So that's one of the things that I need to adjust to make this transition even more efficient. And the more efficient you are, the more weight you're going to move. And that's the whole basic concept. We want to move as much weight as we can, and we want to stay as efficient as possible. So the next movement we're going to go into is the split jerk. This is a very technically demanding movement. There's a lot of moving parts. But basically, we're going to try to divide it up a little bit. The split jerk, you're going to drive the weight from the shoulder, standing position, up overhead. And some of you guys might have seen this at the Olympics. And they move some serious weight around. And in order to do that, you need to be efficient. You want to move fast underneath the bar. So we're going to have first a jerk behind the neck, and then we're going to move to a jerk in the front. And the whole purpose of this is just to fatigue the legs a little bit before going into that last jerk, so you don't have to load up the system as heavily as you would have if you only did one. So let's have a look at it.
Stack flag.
So on this second lift, I want you to notice how my back leg is turning out a little bit, making me lose a little bit of tension around the hip, and that's why I get a little bit wobbly. So when we do these movements, it's very important that we make sure that every single contact point that we have are firmly into the ground. We want to make sure that we stay in contact with the bar all the way through in order to support all that weight overhead. The last movement we're going to look at is the snatch, and the complex that I'm doing here is 2 power snatches, and then I'm going to go into 3 snatch pull-unders. So the power snatch is simply just to make that power transfer from the legs, from the stroke, and the turnover as efficient as possible. So we want to create a lot of power, throw that weight way overhead, and pull ourselves underneath the bar just enough so we can stay in contact with it. So on the power snatch, we do not need to squat down. So the second movement is the snatch pull under, and that's very much the same thing as the hip clean, where you want to make yourself drop underneath the bar as fast as you can, simply to create stability and speed in that transition moving underneath the bar. So guys, these are just a few of the movements that you can perform. There are tons and tons of variations of the Olympic lifts out there. These are a few. Try them out. It's going to be a great deal of fun. Take care, guys.